When it comes to putting their children to work, celebrities seem to have an odd affinity for families on the other end of the wealth spectrum. Children from low-income families must work to support their parent or parents, which was highlighted when the education maintenance allowance was reduced in 2010. Meanwhile, enriched 21st century celebrity kids are sent to film sets and music studios. The Jaden Smiths of the world are out there working hard for mom and pop, learning the value of a multi-million-dollar 3-picture deal, and squeezing every last drop of marketing juice from that cross-platform tie-in. However, whereas ordinary teenagers get jobs for a variety of reasons such as money, independence, experience, and so on, the children of the super-rich get them to capitalize on contacts or as a public relations exercise. Which is why we shouldn't rush to congratulate David and Victoria Beckham on the news that their 15-year-old son, Brooklyn, is reportedly about to start working in a West London coffee shop. There is a story about the Roman Emperor Nero, who was given 2 advisors to guide him because he came to rule the empire at the age of 17, the Stoic philosopher Seneca and the Praetorian guard Brutus. Both were supposed to give wise counsel to young Nero, and both did so until they were accused of betraying the emperor. Seneca was forced to commit suicide after allegedly plotting to assassinate Nero, and Brutus was poisoned after losing influence over the ruler, best known for murdering most of his family, persecuting Christians, and fiddling while Rome burned in a fire many Romans believed he started. And now we have a modern-day emperor in the form of Cafe Nero. The point here isn't that Brooklyn Beckham is a psychopath Roman ruler, but that it may be too late for him, given the rarefied oxygen he breathes. This isn't his fault, and it's also not his parents' fault. Our society's overlords are the super-rich, and when we congratulate them for being normal like us, we are merely serving the celebrity industrial complex by applauding an imagined specialness. Lo, here comes Brooklyn, walking among us. We think to ourselves as we imagine him brilliantly preparing a flat white for us. These people are not exceptional. They are simply wealthy. When I was a teenager, I worked on a sports course, looked after a baby during the day while her mother was at work, and worked in a pub kitchen. But at the end of the day, I didn't return to Buckingham Palace. I returned to my parents' house. My sense of normalcy was derived from my daily life, of which weekend and holiday jobs were only a small part. Yes, I worked with people who were far less fortunate than myself. I didn't understand how difficult their lives were because I worked with them. Of course, the jobs I had as a teenager enriched my life. At the sports course, I discovered that growing hysteria surrounding pedophilia had resulted in the establishment of a series of ridiculous and unenforceable rules that, if I had followed them, would have had me throwing 6-year-old children off my back all day. When I was caring for the baby, I learned how to change nappies, and that a callow white youth will get a second looks when walking a Chinese toddler around a playground. I learned how to sing songs and polish in the kitchen. Isn't it all a rich tapestry? And yet, here I am, using an innocent 15-year-old boy to demonstrate how myopic our society has become with wealth. The real issue is that, now that the job is in the public eye, it has lost its real-life significance and can only be praised in a PR-contaminated world. The growing concentration of wealth in the hands of a few exacerbates the unbridgeable chasm that exists between us. And fortunately, Brooklyn is a part of that. And fortunately for someone like Brooklyn Beckham, he lacks his father's football skills, his mother's pop star appeal, and her talent as a fashion designer. Despite this, Brooklyn is still working hard to stay relevant in the entertainment industry. The only issue is that no one takes him seriously. But that hasn't stopped him from attempting to carve out a name for himself, even if that name ends in Beckham. Simply put, many of Brooklyn Beckham's detractors label him as a slacker, which isn't a good thing. He is either trying too hard to be fashionable, trendy, and painfully cool. He is trying far too hard to remain relevant. He is attempting to be too popular on Instagram, and he is trying too hard to become a well-known celebrity photographer. While there is no doubt that Victoria adores her son, many have commented that this photo is a little too close for comfort. And it's clear that a mother and son team is attempting too hard to catch our attention. Obviously, that part worked. We understand. The only problem is that they should try less. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. What are your views about Brooklyn Beckham? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.